Hi everybody, it's Robert Bruce Anderson, and this is, I think, the fourth, the fourth, wow, I lose count fast, video in the CPanel series, and it's probably second last. We've covered the overall, I've covered file manager and email accounts. Yeah, so that makes me fourth. Right, now we get to domains. When you add a domain to your website, let's say you've gone and bought one, you would come to add on domains, and then you would add that domain into your system so as you could do it, so as you could use that website. So you would come in here, and as these have been added, you would add the new domain, and it will now be part of your system. You have to have your domain added before you can use your website. Just something as a by the way, if you bought the URL or the domain through your hosting, so in this case, if I bought it through HostGator, they would set it up for me most of the time, okay? But if not, let's say I bought it at Namecheap or abc.co.za in hostings, whatever it is, domains for sale, I would have to come down here on my CPanel and get these things. They're called name servers, your NSs, your name servers. And I would take those name servers and go to Namecheap, to where my domain is registered, and change the name servers and point them to this hosting. And that normally can take an hour to a whole day sometimes. For the word is propagate, I think, for it to kind of set itself, align itself up so that the register of your domain is now pointing that domain to this specific hosting. And then your hosting will then work with your hosting. Okay, just so as you know, if you want to do redirects, by the way, before I go into subdomains, just look on YouTube for advice on there. It's straightforward enough, though. You would basically buy a domain, put it up here, and then redirect it, direct to a sales page or something if you want to do that. I've never been a firm believer in that. I have a suspicion Google's not stupid and is not going to send you traffic. So if you have a redirect, it's where you're paying for traffic. Okay, so now I can do subdomains too. So I can come in here and call this, it doesn't matter. So let's do one that's for real. Let's say I want to do a subdomain for CPanel training. I suspect there needs to be no spaces. That's cool. And then I'd want it on my small business opportunity site. And I'm not going to click it because it creates all sorts of things. It does it, builds it. Basically, this will create a complete website. So a subdomain is something that down the line I'll probably be making videos for it. If I haven't, hit the contact page and say, Rob, you never did a subdomain. Actually, show us what, where, and how it can work. If you've got fast hosting, it doesn't hurt to build subdomains for specific products. Let's just say you were in the shoe business. So you do boots at robsshoecompany.com. And then you do slippers at robsbootscompany.com. So each one of them is a separate website, and you can then optimize that website for the keywords and for the pages, etc. And you're likely to rank well, especially if the subdomains are all related. They're all to do with boots. Okay. The negative is huge. Every time you build a subdomain, you've effectively got another website, and every website needs to rank. In my opinion, it's far better to build what's called an authority site, where you've got hundreds and hundreds of pages and posts and images and backlinking all going to one site that makes you the shoe or boot champion of the world. So in my opinion, far better. Having said that, there were times when I had 40 or 50 subdomains. Right now, let's go here. Here's one, for example, food template. In fact, it's a subdomain. So if you look, if I just type in food, it'll come up automatically here. It's a template that I've built for if I do hosting, I build a website for people. It's just a sample website. Okay, so it'll open in a second. So as you can see, it's not South African website design COSA. In fact, let me open that one for you. So if I went to South African website, Design Cozo, you'll see they're totally different. So this is food template, and I've done it as a sample as to how you can do a food related website, okay? And would even install this, I think, for you. I'm not sure. Yes, they're all original images I can use. So this is a subdomain as of this site. So you see, South African website design, totally different website. In fact, if you're looking here, that food template one, there it is. It's a link I've put within this one, as are these all subdomains. So that's basically how it works. It's straightforward enough. It's a great thing to do and be able to do. Lovely. It's likely to suck away your time. One thing I do like from creating a subdomain point of view, let me go to one. I have a feeling I've got one literally called test website, test site. Yeah. So what's nice about the test site is that you can, especially if you're a beginner, you put your website up on your main website and you don't fiddle with it. You leave it alive and well. Yeah, here we go. So this is a website that doesn't, well, it exists, but it still says page 2, page 3, sample page, uncategorized, hello world. I basically put this up to test something on Extra. Extra is the new Elegant Themes magazine theme. You can even see I know what I did this. I used this to show how to change the footer. I've got a video for that somewhere. So, sorry about the screeching birds, guys. So, as you can see, a test site is nice to go and change and fiddle with things and see what and where and how you can work on that. It's nice because you can do kind of a lot of stuff. You can add themes and change images and check to see what can and can't break. It can be a learning tool. So sometimes a subdomain is nice for that. Generally speaking, though, I would suggest that you leave let's go with that, not do subdomains as real websites. Rather make your first website so powerful that it's earning you money, and then perhaps create subdomains off of that root one. Cool, that's it. I'm done with the subdomain section. Let's close it all and get on to the next one. Thank you. Cheers.